So this is Introduction to Stata, uh, or I just say Introduction to Data Analysis using Stata. So I'll be explaining on the interface in this tutorial. First of all, I'll just explain some basic concepts that you have to understand and some key criteria that basically you have to know. So first of all, if we start, I'll start with the history bar. This is at the left side that you see. This is the history bar. So what is displayed on the history bar is basically whatever that you enter here as a command. Assuming I upload the certain data set, uh, whatever that you enter as a command here will appear on the history as the way we normally use. I believe we've ever used Google platforms or websites, whatever. Right? So you just remember uh, enter as a command is displayed as a history. The same way it is with Google. Whatever you search or do, it displays as a history. Now, on the middle here, this middle section, this is the what? This is the result bar. This is where every result, whatever you enter the display, for instance, I either describe or summarize, whatever that is happening will be displayed here as a result. Now here, I believe, as already shown, it shows command. So this is a command bar. So it displays every command that is available in Stata. I mean, every command that is you enter is displayed here. This is where you enter a command for you to analyze everything, for you to wander through your data. When you are using commands, you basically use this command bar. And then we have this right side, which is called variable and properties. This is a variable section. So the variable section basically displays the variables, or in other words, I can say the data set. So as we already know, the data set, once you upload the data set, comes in a form that you have a variable name and you also have label. So there are two sections. You have name and label. The name is the name of the variable, as straightforward, and then you have the label. The label displays what the variable is all about. It can be in form of a question or any other things, but basically it's all about what that um, variable is all about. Okay, so as you already see, like for instance, if we see the variable self RPT area, if we check the variable here, you'll find that it shows self reported area. This just shows that this variable contains the report. So I'm basically using IHS data. So you understand that when you we come to this variable which is self-reported area, it means it's just showing us that this variable contains an area that was self-reported by the individual household, or maybe perhaps I should say the household head. Yeah. So the same thing, GPS reported area, basically it shows that this is the area that was measured after the household had reported area. So this is just a variable bar. Then you have the properties. So here it displays every variable that you just click. Once you click, you will notice one thing that changes on the properties. So you notice that as I click on the variable, something changes here. So if I do this, you see that the name changes. It's the same thing that you find out that if I click on the self-reported area, the name is displayed here, the label, the type, and the format of the variable, and all other things. So this is just an interface of the whole idea of this. Now we also have this section, the toolbar, on the left top corner. So you have the file, the edit, the data, graphics, statistics, user, windows, and help. You One of the key things that I would probably share that mainly you have to focus on is the file, the data, but mostly the graphics and statistics as well, because at least you would use this more often as compared to the rest, the likes of the users, the windows, and the help, and the edit. But then you also have the down bar here where you have some shortcuts that have been displayed. You will find out that everything that is here is also found inside um this taskbar. Each allocated, let's say for instance the file, here. So I'll explain each one of these, starting from this, and then I'll go further. So this one is used to open a data set. Once you click this, you find out a box pops out. That box display, it tells you, it displays your computer's folder where you can log in and try to upload the data, any kind of data. And then you have the save. So whatever operations that you run, for assuming you have maybe run some analysis on the data or you try to manipulate the data, you can just click save. So remember, Stata is not an automated, I should say maybe it's connected to internet or something like that way. It will be automatically saving the data. You always have to save your data. Once you exit without saving your data, just know that your data is completely lost. So you also have the log begin, where it also helps you to save the results. You have the do file, the browse editor, the browse, the data editor, which is used for editing, and also the data editor, which is for browsing. And you also have what other things. And then there's also a graphics here. You see that it displays all sorts of graphs that you can plot: histogram, box plots, counter plots, scatter plots, scatter matrix, and all other kinds of. So you use this for plotting graphs. You also have the statistics where you have different models. You can transform your data here to time series. You have all sorts of tests such as ARC and GARC models. You have the RFIMA models and all other models that you can find, the ARIMA. And there are also other tests that you can run here. You also have several models, the summarizers, tables, tests, linear models. So that's the studies. What's this so about? Now, um, you also have the file here. You can use this to open a new data set, or you can also save. As I already said, you'll find that the same save that was found here is also found here. But the two difference between there's a quite difference between these two. The first save, which is Control S, is used for saving the original. This one, once you manipulate this data and you save it, it takes the original and transforms it to the new. So it does not create, I should say, a new data set, but the already existing data set is now manipulated to a different data set in accordance to how you manipulated it. Now, you have the savers as I'll give you an example of PowerPoint. The same way we use PowerPoint with savers, you create a different maybe document separate from the original. So you can also use this one. Once you manipulate the data, you click savers, it creates different, and you can also name it different uh, data set that you can also name. So you find that I opened clean data as first, but now I'm being authorized to create it automatically new data set different from the original. That depends on how I've manipulated my data. So and then you also have file the likes of the two file names. You can change the working directory log. So we'll continue to do this in the next tutorials. I believe at the end of the day we'll dive into each one of these, how we use commands, how we dive in, how we analyze, how we use the models, and all sorts kinds of things. So this was just an introduction to the interface of Stata. Thank you very much.